guys, I am Miss Davis, the 7th grade math teacher. I don't have much updates, so instead I just want to go back and revisit some of the same expectations and classroom procedures that we've been doing all year in math. So this is actually my Canvas page that is up in front right now, and I'm just going to use it to, again, just revisit some stuff from the beginning of the year. So my class is very structured. We actually have the same structure, same procedure every single day. And these are my expectations right here. So I expect students to come to class daily on Zoom. I expect students to come ready with a notebook that is open and out and ready. Same thing with a calculator. I want it, out and ready, notebook out and ready, calculator out and ready. They can use the calculator they've been using, or even better, we now have this calculator here. And this is an online calculator that they'll be using on the EOG also. So it's great practice to start using. So attending Zoom, have a notebook and calculator ready. Every day we take notes together for about 20 minutes. So we're writing in our notebooks together. And this is when I'm teaching new concepts in math during those 20 minutes. Then I give them the rest of the time to do a practice assignment on Canvas. So I teach for about 20 minutes and we copy notes into a notebook, and then they have the rest of time to do a practice assignment with me on Zoom. They should not have any homework because they have time in class to do it every day. So they'll go to Canvas and they'll do a practice assignment every day. Ask for help if you need it. And then again, all grades are on PowerSchool. So those notes in their notebook, they get a grade every week for the notes in their notebook. They get a grade for all the assignments that they do on Canvas. So copying down notes for new material, and then they do assignment every single day. And it's the same structure every day in my class. So that's my expectations. Again, nothing has changed. I do want to just take a moment though to show you my Canvas site. Students have these buttons down here, and it is every week that we have been together. So if a student is out and absent, if they just want to go backwards and see things that we've done in the past, they can click on any of these buttons, and you can see if you hover over the buttons, it'll tell you the date. So this was January 11th through January 15th. Every day looks the same. So if they click on that button and they go to that week in Canvas, every day looks the same. So on that day, there's the recording from our lesson. They can check out the notes. If they missed the notes that day, there's a copy of the notes. And then there's the practice assignment. So again, very structured every day. We take notes in a notebook, we do a practice assignment. So notes in a notebook, go to Canvas and do a practice assignment. And you can go back, students can go back and rewatch. So again, every week we've ever been together, every day, there's the recordings of the lesson so they can watch it again if they don't understand. There's a copy of my notes that we took together that should be in their own notebooks, and then a practice that we did for that day, and they're all on here. Something to talk about since I'm here on this page is students are able to retake and redo every assignment they want to. So if they want to retake a test and get a higher score, they can do it. If they want to retake a practice assignment and get a higher score, they can do that. Every assignment in my class, they can retake an unlimited amount of times. All they would have to do again is just go back to that day in Canvas. So whatever day, if say we did a test on week 17, they would just go back to week 17, click on that day, and then click on the link, and it'll let them take the test again. Or if they want to redo this practice assignment from January 12th, they would go to January 12th, click the link, it'll let them do it again. So they can always get higher, and higher grades. They're able to retake anything. They're also able to turn in any late work whenever, as long as it's before the end of the quarter. So any late work, you can turn it in. Any grade you want to retake, you can retake it so that you can get the highest score possible. Let's see. So that's a little bit about my classroom structure. Some things to talk about. Let's see. We talked about. Okay. One thing that we can actually improve for this semester, one thing I'd actually like to see change, because none of this has changed. This is all the same. Something I'd like to see change is just cameras on and more participation. I have a lot of students with cameras off. I have some students in every class who will turn cameras off and then go back to bed, or they'll go walk their dog, or they'll go play a video game. And it's very difficult as a teacher when I have lots of cameras off in a classroom. It's hard to know which students are actually there behind the camera and they're attentive and they're learning and they're trying, and then which students are the students who have turned their camera off and they're not really there and they've gone back to bed. And that has been really difficult to, hold students accountable or to make sure that those students are receiving an education, because it's hard to check if they're, actually truly there. So one thing I would love to see is cameras on, and then just more engagement and more activity in class. Overall, though, we've actually done surprisingly well. I mean, a great job in my class. We've been doing a competition. You can actually see it down here, competition in my class to see which classes have been participating the most, and it's called War of the Cores. And they get points for having their cameras on and for chatting in the chat box and using the polls. But again, there are a few students who fall between the cracks, and it's hard to know if they're really there and if they're really receiving an education because there's just so many cameras off. Let's see, if your student is struggling, I have a class every day at 2 o'clock, an extra class. So for most students, their day ends at 2, but I keep teaching. So from 2 o'clock onward, I actually have another class, and that's a time for students to come and they can come on Zoom with me and I'll reteach the material from that day, and we'll do a few more practice problems together. Every day, I'd say I have about 4 or 5 students there every single day. If they want to come and maybe they need help, maybe they need to be tutored on something, anything at all, they just click the exact same, Zoom link. It's the same link they use for math class. To go to math class, it's the same link. And at 2 o'clock, they can join my 2 o'clock class and we just reteach every day. Last thing to say, coming up this semester, so we are in the middle of our algebra unit. So that's expressions, equations, and inequalities. We're in the middle of that one. And we will be moving into geometry. So that's angles, constructions, circles, surface area, and volume. And we're going to finish out our year with statistics. And that's our whole year. If you have any questions, again, feel free to email me. My email is right here. I also let students call or text me. That is completely fine. You can sign up for Remind Text, but if you have any questions, please just reach out to me. And thank you guys for coming.